I just want to start by congratulating Ole Miss and Coach Kiffin on his team and for the way they played and made enough plays to come out with a win. And it's really disappointed for our players. And they've been through so much. Golly, it's just been an amazing season. It's been for so many different reasons, and they've been through so much. They've given so much, worked so hard, sacrificed so much to be able to stay and finish out with the bowl game, and just heartbroken for them we weren't able to finish with a win. So very proud of our guys, but this one's going to hurt for a while. Questions?
All right, John, and then Peegs.
So I guess what do you possibly tell your players after a game like this? Again, you guys had such a great season, and then to end this way for a second year in a row, I mean, how do you try to lift their spirits? What kind of message do you try to give them after this?
Well, I mean, right when you get done playing a game like this, I mean, I don't know if it's really about lifting their spirits. It's just, I love them regardless of the outcome of the game. They have to check in their own heart how they prepared. Only they really know that. Thought they did a lot of good things for sure in this preparation process, even though it's been a very unusual last several weeks and challenging without question to get them physically ready with all the things we're going through. But at the same time, you just, you got to take it like a man. And when you fall short, didn't make enough plays. Talk to them about the turnovers that we had, the 2 that we had on offense, and the none that we got on defense were -2. And that's how we've been winning football games, is creating those takeaways and being plus in that category. So, but at the same time, you don't, just dwell on the fact that it's going to hurt, and it should hurt if you've invested a whole lot like these guys have, and they sacrificed a whole bunch to be in this position. So it's a tough one for sure, but it's like anything else. Everything that you go through helps create the person that you are, the positives and the negatives, and the opportunities you have that you don't take advantage of. And at the end of the day, I'm the head coach, and this loss falls on me. That's the way it works, and I accept that, and that's what makes it sting so much. I want it for these kids so bad.
All right, Peegs and Tom Brew.
Tom, the last drive you started moving the ball again, and then you had the sack there. Was that the killer, you think?
Yeah, it did. It really put us in a bad spot. Tough to overcome that. You got to try. You got to do what you can. But I just felt like that. We always kind of stayed, in good rhythm. We're running the ball well, and being able to create those plays. And that to me is where kind of got off schedule that first snap of that last series, and then the sack. And so it's just not going the right direction. So 4th and 18's tough. They're playing 2-man with that, which is a lot of, tough windows to throw in, and a long ways to go for a quarterback run or a check down throw. So makes it challenging for sure. But yeah, we got way behind the chains in that last drive, and that's what killed us.
All right, Tom, and then Kevin Brockway.
Tom, you sort of feasted all year, obviously, on the blitzing and the turnover creation, but they were going with such that quick, short passing game the whole time. Was it difficult to try to adjust around that and try to force them into anything different, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think that and the tempo. I mean, to me, the tempo is really the hardest part, because it's hard to, we rely so much on disguising things, and it's hard to do that because you're just trying to get lined up to play the snap. And so I think that was a variable. And then you're trying to, you got to give them different looks and different things to be able to match up with them. And so, yeah, I just thought that they, were just finding holes and going fast. And then they do. We lived off of those pressures and takeaways. And so they were trying to, kind of keep us from having chances to do that. So, so there wasn't a lot of those. We had more opportunities in the first half, I thought, to get some of those. And then some RPOs as well early on that are hard, and those windows that we give up a little bit to play the way we play. So, in some ways, though, I know we still – that last drive is the one that kind of really, we just, gosh, can't give that long pass play up. Just had a mistake there, but one of our better players. And so, but at the same time, I thought the guys, they competed. There was no question. The tempo with the heat, was a tough combination. And so you got to play a lot of guys and got to fight through it, So, but we just needed to take one more takeaway. We needed a takeaway. Not having any is just not how, we've been successful. So you got to, whether it's a bowl game or a regular season game, you got a formula for success, and when you don't stick with that formula, then oftentimes you don't get what you want.
Kevin, then
Yeah, Coach, this isn't the first time this season where, the offense has started slow, but there were some drop passes, a few penalties here and there. I mean, how much do you think the rust kind of played into it? The fact that, you guys hadn't played for a month, some of the preparation and so forth in terms of how you guys started offensively?
Yeah, I mean, you're worried about that. I was worried about that. We haven't played for 4 weeks. It's hard. That's long. And sometimes you see in bowl games of the previous, normal system where you would sometimes have that much time off. And so, because it really truly was a window of time there, but we did not practice at all, didn't do anything with our guys when it first occurred. So, yeah, I think it always seems to hurt the timing of the offense, but still, there's no excuses. You got to catch balls and you got to execute. Yeah, I think it kind of showed up more early and we got in the rhythm and did some better things. But we just, Chuck did a great job kicking a couple big field goals, but man, we want touchdowns, so we just need one more.
Sammy, then Zach.
Coach, on that final drive, you were moving the ball, running the ball, and then you guys got away from that on that first down play. Was there a reason to move away from the run, or did you feel like that the pass might be there?
Well, and it's a read, so the quarterback has that read. And actually, I after the play, I was like, why didn't he hand it off? I mean, because that's what – but, you give a read, you give a read, so you don't criticize and second guess when he thought it was there, But, to me, that's what we probably should – well, we should have done that. But that's what the read is there on that. And he thought he had the leverage to get the ball out on the perimeter to try and get 4 yards or 5 yards. So I actually agree with that. It should have been a give.
Zach, and then Bob Kravitz.
I guess, Tom, sort of specifically about Jack, talking about him just generally his performance, how much do you think the shoulder bothered him? And how much maybe did that take him and Nick away from what they wanted the game plan to be in terms of maybe suddenly some of the throws not being open, or was it something that he got stretched back out as the game went on?
Well, it definitely affected him. I thought he was a warrior today. I mean, he played through some serious pain. Since it's the end of the season, I'm a little more open about that. He had shoulder separation in his throwing shoulder. Did an X-ray on it. Thought it might have been a broken collarbone at first. That was not the case. And so basically he just had to kind of suck it up. It's very painful, but it wasn't his throwing shoulder. So I think it did affect some of our throws and the things we had to, that we thought he could do with that situation. But I thought, man, if you just notice, even though when he had it, he's still running, diving, he competed his tail off, so, but there's no question he was dinged up pretty good and just tried to fight through it. But he's a tough kid.
Right, Bob, and Olivia.
Yeah, Tom, do you have any regrets about the way the whole uniform situation was perceived as a slight against the Big Ten?
I wrote a statement about that, and that's pretty much, the statement is what I've wanted to say, and that's how I'm going to end it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Olivia.
Tom, I guess bigger picture here, what are you going to say to your seniors as you watch them leave, and what do you want the rest of the locker room to take away from this entire season?
Well, this has been a season for the ages. All we've been through, it's been so hard, and everybody's been through this. All the teams that decided not to play bowl games because they knew their guys had been through so much already. And our guys chose to play, and wanted to play. But that was a process we had to work through because, there was just some tough things there with all that. And they had been here for a long, long time and hadn't been with their families and knew they weren't going to be able to go home for Christmas and all those different things. But, it's been a very challenging year, even though we've done some amazing things and got a chance to win a lot of great games that this group will always be remembered for. And they are a special group, and to lay a tremendous foundation for next year. I'm excited about next year. And then a lot of those seniors are going to make a decision. NCAA's given an opportunity to come back. Some will, some won't. We'll know for sure in the next couple of weeks. But either way, we're going to love them, support them, and whatever they feel is best for them in their future, we'll talk that through with them. But bottom line is a special group of guys. Love each and every one of them, respect them, appreciate what they give into our program. it's unfortunate they never even got to have a senior, day. Nothing has really felt normal at all. It's the first time we've had fans other than just parents at a game. It was great to hear the crowd cheering, and they missed all that, all these big wins that we've gotten, whether it was home or on the road, and to have nobody there, for a lot of those is tough, So, but special group. So I'm proud of these guys, and just want them to know that. And the guys that choose to move on, then we'll wish them nothing but great things in the future.
All right, thanks, Tom. We'll have Michael McFadden next.
Have a great day. Elio.